I've been funny ever since, I remember 5th grade, I walked inside the class. I wasn't funny before this. I was just talkative.
Right.
5th grade, first day of school, I walked in, I made a joke. I don't remember what the joke was, but it was the first day, everybody started laughing, and I got hooked. Right? I got hooked. That school year, I was bad because I did anything to get a laugh, right? I was just doing anything to get a laugh, doing anything. So this is my passion, really, I would do this, for as long as I possibly. I mean, really, I don't know what God has in store for me, but, everything He gives me, I just appreciate it. And like I said, like you said, if you keep going and you don't stop, there's really no way you should be going, there's really no way you should be going down. If you keep going and you don't stop, it's really only up from there. The congratulation is gonna always be bigger than the support. Always.
Comedian Ross, an alumnus of North Miami Senior High School, shares a powerful story of passion, persistence, and purpose. What started with a childhood need to make people laugh turned into a journey from viral skits to the stages of the Miami Improv. Join us as Ross Francois talks about discovering his gift, balancing it with civil engineering, and the grind it takes to turn a lifelong passion into a promising career.
What about your parents? How do they feel about both careers?
Well, they like one of them. I'm pretty sure you could guess what that is.
The comedy?
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure they'd say, jokes don't pay bills, right?
Exactly.
From the moment you started comedy, as far as from the skits, have you made money from that?
Of course we made money. You're not gonna do it without making money. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep going and keep grinding, and whatever you could take from me, you take from me.
What do you find to be funny? As far as how do you just pick your jokes and pick what you're gonna talk about? What do you find to be hilarious?
Just living in Miami, dog. Living in Miami, I promise you, if you walk outside enough, you're gonna see something funny.
When it's time to write jokes and refine jokes, do you go back and review the tapes, or do you remember what you said, what you wrote down before? How does that, walk us through that process?
Well, you gotta go back and review the tape.
Welcome to another episode of Jules Legacy Enterprise Productions, where story connects generations. A conversation with a pioneer. It is a segment that celebrates the life and journey of North Miami Senior High School pioneers by bridging the past and the present to inspire the future. Behind every name, there's always a story. Mr. Ross Francois. A lot of people know him as Hilarious Francois. You've seen him at the Improv. He's an alumnus from class of 2023. It is with great pleasure to have him here in the studio for a conversation. Mr. Ross, thank you for coming in today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here, man.
For the people who doesn't know you, how would you describe yourself, or can you tell the people who Hilarious Ross is?
Well, that's a lot, but I could just say, dog, I don't know, that's a lot, bro. I could say that if I had to give you a short summary of me, I'm just a Haitian kid from North Miami, dog, and I've just been funny ever since I was a kid, and I'm just doing what I feel passionate. And I'm a math head, so I'm in school right now. Like I told y'all, I'm in school right now for civil engineering. So really, I just like to work and just keep myself busy, try to secure my future.
Do you see yourself as a long-term comedian, as far as someone that does comedy full-time?
Look, if I could do this until my deathbed, I would have a show on my deathbed, right?
Wow.
I love comedy. This is my thing. I've been funny ever since. I remember 5th grade, I walked inside the class. I wasn't funny before this. I was just talkative.
Right.
5th grade, first day of school, I walked in. I made a joke. I don't remember what the joke was, but it was the first day. Everybody started laughing, and I got hooked. Right. I got hooked. That school year, I was bad because I did anything to get a laugh. Right. I was just doing anything to get a laugh, doing anything. So this is my passion. Really, I would do this for as long as I possibly can. For however long God would want me to.
Do your people find you funny? As far as people in your circles?
Do people find me funny?
Yeah. As far as people in your circle?
Yeah. But you know what's funny? I don't even feel like I'm the funniest person in my friend group. I feel like I'm the best at structuring jokes, but in terms of talking to my friend, I feel like my friend Garrett is hilarious. I talk to him, he made me die of laughter all the time. My brothers are hilarious, you know what I'm saying? But do people find me hilarious? Yeah. that's how I became a class clown. Like ever since elementary, middle school, like people was like, yo, Ross is the funniest guy in the school. You know, like people just say, yo, he's the funniest guy in the school. Like, and I'm not even lying, but like when I got to high school, I was still more talkative, but for some reason, like COVID brought like it just brought out the introvert in me. Like I just stopped like talking to people as much or whatever. Like I was still doing skits and stuff like that. Like, cause this whole time we're doing skits. You know, I started doing skits when I was 11. So like, this whole time we're doing skits and everything. So I really didn't even have to be a class clown no more. Cause by the time I come to school, people already seen a funny video that we did. You know, so.
So growing up, who inspired you?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin
Like,
Hart?
yeah, from the beginning, cause he's probably the first stand-up comedian that I've watched. You know what I'm saying? But to want to do funny content in general, I really had to say my brother. Because nobody else wanted me to do it until when I saw, nobody else that I saw made me want to do it until I saw him do it. Then I was just like, oh, let me be in the video. I kept begging to be in the video. He finally put me in the video. And then I'm in the video now, and then that was like 2016 or whatever. And then that video went viral, and then we all got hooked on it. You know, so like if I really have to say like somebody that inspired me or whatever, like I would have to say like Kevin Hart as a celebrity level, but anybody that's like, but somebody that really just made me want to do it was my brother. Because I know we was all class clowns. Like we would all come home and tell stories about how we had the class dying.
Right.
You know, so then like us, like me, I have two brothers. So me and my brothers will come home, have stories like that. So I'm like, damn, like we all funny? Like that's crazy. So then but my brother was a class clown on steroids. Like because he went to Turner Tech. He was just going crazy over there. And then I would come home and then I would see like he would go viral in his school and everything like that. So I would come home and then I would see all that. I would just see him just talking about those events, and then I would just want to be like that. And I'll be like, damn. So when he started doing videos, I was like, okay, I'm in there too.
So who would you say for the celebrities? Who would you say is your Mount Rushmore?
Of comedians?
Yeah, comedians.
Now, okay, am I doing what I feel like the public would say?
No,
You're personal.
You.
Okay.
Who do you find is who's on your Mount Rushmore?
Top 4.
Damn, so many. Okay,
You
all
can
right.
go from 4 to 1 or 1 to 4, either way.
Okay, all right. So Bruce is one, right?
Okay.
Bruce is like, I feel like my style is kind of patterned after him a little bit, like just with the rapid fire jokes and just like he kind of don't even have a flow really. He just hitting you with jokes. Earthquake is like he's out of there. He's out of this. Like,
So you said Bruce, is that number 1 or that's number 4?
oh, this is in order.
Yeah.
Oh no, then Bruce was number 1. He's number 1. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, he's number 1.
Okay.
Cause like when I saw comedy, like when I saw him, that made me want to get on stage. Kevin Hart, I just liked him, but Bruce made me want to get on stage. So I would say Bruce, then Earthquake, and then Kevin Hart, and I get one more.
Yeah. Do you find Desi funny?
Desi Banks, yeah, but at that time, like we was already we was already going crazy. So
Okay.
it's like he's not really like, cause like these people I'm choosing is people that made me kind of want to like,
Of course.
you know, like DC Young Fly.
DC Young Fly, that'll be the 4th one.
Yeah, DC Young
DC's
Fly.
funny.
Yeah, he's
DC's
somebody.
funny.
Yeah, he's somebody on the content level. Cause I finally thought of it. Cause Kevin Hart, I just thought he was funny, but DC Young Fly, he also made me want to do videos too. I'm not gonna lie, cause he was probably the first person I would watch constantly, like on Vine and stuff like that. And then he took it to the stage and wilding out, and I was like, damn, I want to do that. Yeah, DC Young Fly is probably the first blueprint I looked at. Like, oh my god. Like started from Vine or whatever, then he went to Waller now, then he's doing his comedy specials, whatever now. So it's just like that path right there, like I was just like, damn, like I want to do that.
What do you find to be funny? Like as far as how do you just pick your jokes and pick what you want to talk about? What do you find to be like hilarious?
You know, just living in Miami, dog. Like living in Miami, I promise you, if you walk outside enough, you gonna see something funny. Like you gonna see something funny. Like you just gotta walk around and go to the mall, walk outside, go to restaurants. If you stay inside all day, you gonna find some funny stuff on social media. But
Right.
it's like, dog, like a lot of my jokes, it's like observational humor. You know, like things I see and then I'll just make it funny. But I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times you don't like. I've never seen any comedian just sit down and just like, okay, let me just write something funny. You can't.
Right.
You'll never run out of material. It literally just hits you. Like, for me, it's the bathroom. I don't know, the bathroom does something to me. I could be using the toilet, in the shower, brushing my teeth. I'm thinking of jokes like it's out of nowhere, right? And it's like, I hate it because I'm in the shower, I'm brushing my teeth, whatever. So it's like I can't type it down or write it down.
Right.
But in my head, I'm like, oh, that's funny. Like, I just think of something like, oh, that's funny. So it really just comes to you like out of nowhere. Like, it really just comes to you. But now I'm trying to do more jokes that's more true to my life, because I find those jokes funny, and I feel like, dog, we all live the same life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all kind of been through the same things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though we different, we all kind of been through the same type of things. So it's like a lot of the things I'll be able to make jokes about, like relationships and everything, y'all be able to relate to it. Like, especially because like I was saying before, I'm able to like bring people, because like I said, most of the crowd is older than me, right? So I like to bring people back to when you was my age. You know what I'm saying? And then that makes them think back like, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
That's really what it is.
Do you ever get scared going on stage?
All the time. All the time. What? All the time. But you know what, I'm not gonna lie? All I gotta do is just say, how y'all doing?
Right.
Right? I just gotta get on stage, have my energy, how y'all doing? And then when they say good, I'm set. I'm set. Yeah, I'm set. Like, what does they say good?
Do they always say good?
Yeah, like they like, cause like, but the thing about it, if you don't, now it's like, I'm not even gonna be nervous no more, cause now I'm gonna just be like, what's wrong with y'all? Now I'm snapping on the crowd. Like, I'm gonna be like, y'all can't talk. So it's like I'm now snapping on the crowd. So it's really like once I just get the first words out. And the thing about this, like, when you're a comedian and you're working on jokes, like, see, for me, like, okay, you have to test out material, right? People think if you see a special that they just wrote that down and then now they want to go shoot it.
No.
It took years to write that, right?
Of course.
It took years to write that special. They have to go test out the jokes. What doesn't work, you refine it, or you take out some jokes that just doesn't work at all, right? And then that's how you keep going, and that's how you build your set, right? So that's what I do. That's what I do. I go out and then so as soon as I'm on stage, and then I just say how you doing? I just stick to my jokes, and then like, but of course you could play with it a little bit, you know, like. A lot of times the funniest thing you might think of might be in the moment on stage. Like, you pressure probably just makes you say something funny. Like, I remember one time I'm working on this set. These are like some new jokes I wrote down. It was a place I was getting booked for on Miami Beach, right? And then I was performing. This was my first time doing a 10-minute set. I remember it was my first time doing a 10-minute set. And then I'm performing, and like, I kind of had like a little dead space in the set, right? So then, it wasn't in the set, it was in one of the jokes I was telling. So then I just said something funny that was in the moment, cause like, it was just like, cause I was just like, man, forget it. Like, I just said something funny in the moment, cause I'm just flowing now, and I kind of just tuned out the crowd, cause like, I'm just in my own head now. And then that funny thing, out of the pressure of the moment, make the crowd started laughing, and then the rest of the crowd is giggly again, because you have to get the crowd giggly. The crowd has to stay in that giggly like mode, because you know, once you laughing a lot, everything funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you have people that open up, because you get the crowd giggly, and then when people come on stage, everything's funny. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had said that joke in the pressure of the moment, everybody laughing, and that was like another moment where I learned, like, okay, it's cool to play with it a little bit on stage. And sometimes you gotta bomb. You know, I've never bombed though. I've never bombed.
You ever bombed?
I've never bombed, but I don't like saying that though. I don't like saying that though. But I definitely had sets where I was like, I could have been better. You know, I definitely had sets I was like, I could have been better. You know, but every time I got off stage, people, you know, come up to me and give me props. So, but yeah, knock on wood though, man. But you know, I mean, like I said, I watch all the OGs, and every one of them says like it happens. But that's how you get better though. Like, that's how you refine your set, because they say that they still bomb to this day. You know, but like I said, that's how you get better. Like, you better not be shooting no special when you bomb.
Of course,
that's different. You know, but
so how does it work for you? I'm not sure if it works for all comedians the same way. When it's time to write jokes and refine jokes, do you go back and review the tapes, or do you remember what you said, what you wrote down before? Like, how does that, walk us through that process?
Well, you got to go back and review the tape. You got to, like, or you have an audio, right? Okay. Like, because I feel like you could. Well, I mean, for me specifically, right? Because I don't know about anybody else, but if I think back on my set, I'm not gonna really remember like exactly what people was laughing at. Like I remember like that one joke that made them laugh, you know. But you gotta go back, review the set, but you also want to perform it multiple times. Cause like I said, and one thing that's weird about comedy is like every crowd is on one accord, right? It's super weird. Like a lot of times, like it's like you could like let's say if I say the same joke that makes one crowd laugh, and
that's where I was gonna go, because if just because you test a joke and it bombed out, does it all depend on the crowd that you did it on, right? Does that mean is it a bad joke, or is it just?
So then, how would you how do you refine your process? How do you know? Hey, I'm going to take this joke out. It doesn't, or I'm going to try it again, or let me say it this way. Like, how do you prepare for that?
So you just gotta well, for me, I like to. It really you also gotta kind of have like a feeling about it, right? Like, so it's like me, I feel like if I perform a joke and I'll be like, okay, maybe I didn't deliver it right. Maybe I'm just gonna say it again the same way I have it, and then try to deliver it right, or however it goes. But like you just have to go back, look at it, see what you feel like you can do better, and then you just gotta go perform it again. Like that's the only way to know if the joke is good. You gotta go perform it again, right? So, but like I said, with the different crowds though, like you just gotta perform it again. Like you just gotta keep performing and see what works. And I'm gonna be honest, there's like you can find the words that'll make every crowd laugh for that joke. You know what I'm saying? You just haven't found it yet. You know, you probably found the words that make a black crowd laugh. Or, well, I don't really think there's a difference, but I feel like if you're making people dying of laughter, no matter what color you are, you're gonna be dying of laughter. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like me, I just feel like you just gotta keep working on it. Really, like you just gotta keep performing it at different spots and seeing, okay, how can I put this joke together to the point where every crowd will laugh? Because I've been through that, and I've formulated jokes in ways where, or my set, or I'll fix the flow of my set. Like, because sometimes I could have put like a topic I've had like down here, I could have put it up here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, so like it's just a lot of those things you just got to work on, and a lot of times it's delivery, bro. Like Ari Spears, he has said something else. He was like, "There's no such thing as a bad joke. You just didn't find a way to make it funny." Or something to that effect, right? And I'm like, that's true.
It is.
You can make everything funny. You know what I'm saying? You just haven't found a way to make it funny.
Correct.
You know, so it's just like you just gotta keep working at it. But some things you just gotta throw it away. Cause some things like I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Like, and you gotta know what your style is. So, and that's how I don't like watching other comedians that much anymore.
And you're an engineer major, right? Civil engineer major.
Sir, yeah.
And it takes a lot of time. Like, right, you do a lot of math, and how do you find the time to do that and comedy?
Well, I mean, you could do it, because right now I'm just in school, right? You guys know who Elizabeth Brunat is, right?
I've heard.
No.
Brunat, like she's just a Haitian comedian from
Yeah. She has a lot of followers.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Yeah, she's funny.
Okay, that one, yes.
She's funny.
She's a nurse, I believe, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. That's exactly where I'm going. So, like, she's an actual nurse, right? Like, I don't know if she does it so much now because she's been going on tour and stuff like that, but she's an actual nurse, and she's been able to, like, you know, do it on both ends. Like, she's been able to go to wherever she needs to go to complete her nurse duties and then go on stage at night, you know. So it's like doing comedy, you see a lot of people who do that. Like when you run into a lot of comedians, you see people who have jobs and then they go, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know where, like I said, I don't know how much this comedy thing is gonna like stand-up comedy is gonna take off, or I'm just gonna say forget school. But like I have the time, and I don't know, like I just want to be able to have like just be like a jack of all trades, if that makes sense, for lack of better words.
Which branch of engineering are you doing?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering. How far along are you?
About to get my AA. Well, I basically already have it, but I'm just taking like a couple of extra classes. I already have my AA. I'm just taking like certain classes to transfer to FIU. Okay. And that's it. And then after that, I'm at FIU. I'm getting my bachelor's, and then I'm out of there.
And what about your parents? How do they feel about both careers?
Well, they like one of them. I'm pretty sure you could guess what that is.
The comedy.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I'm pretty sure they say, you know, jokes don't pay bills, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they can't brag to their friends about you telling jokes. Hey, what does Ross do? Hey,
Yo, I promise. That's all they want to do is be able to brag. That's all they want to do.
what does Ross do? Oh, Ross, he's a comedian.
Yeah, bro, 'cause if you're not doing something, if you doing something that they don't like, the first thing they're gonna break up is their friends' kids, right? That's the first thing they're gonna break up is their friends' kids. You see him do, that's him. You know, but dog, with comedy and civil engineering, I told my mom, I was like, because this is what made it a lot better too, right? It's because we hit 1 million subscribers before I even graduated like high school, right? So we was already like on fire before. Well, no, that might have been after I graduated. Never mind. I was probably after I graduated, but we was already like probably like 800K or something like that, right? Before I graduated. So that's already like comedy, like YouTube and content creation is already something that she would be, you know, like kind of like frowned upon against. But when she saw like what we was doing, then she was just like, okay, you know, like that's when she started to warm up to the idea. So then every time like she gets a little, every time she like, because like every now and then, you know, she can't hold it in for too long. She gonna say something about, you know, the comedy. We're like you better be focusing on school, whatever. You know, but I'll just be like, hey, like, you wasn't saying none of this when we educated. Like, you wasn't saying none of this. Like, you were so supportive. I want to be in the video, right?
Of
Before
course.
that, she was yelling about the videos, right?
Of course.
As soon as we hit us, put me in the video. We should make them. She giving us ideas now. Like, it's crazy. So, like, and then, bro, teachers would be like, they'd be like, so what you want to do? Like, I want to be a comedian. Like, a comedian?
Like, what else?
Yeah, what else? I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, we already hit like 700K subscribers. 700K?
That's crazy.
Now you believe in it, right? And so it's like, now you think it's real. Now you think, so it's like, I realized that like nobody, and that's why, I know it sounds cliche, but you really got to believe in yourself before anybody else does. Honestly.
That's true.
Like,
That's
you really,
true.
like, even though it sounds cliche, but I like the living proof of it. Like, you really got to believe in yourself before anybody else does, because nobody's going to believe in you. Like, and especially if you're doing something that's like a STEM program, or, you know, something that's like direct. But like, when you're doing something that's a little bit out the box, then, you know.
You ever been kicked out of a class for clowning around?
Oh, all the time. I probably spend more time outside of class. Like, yo, when I tell you, like, especially, because like I said, freshman year, like, North Miami, that's when I calmed down. Like, I'll probably say, like, maybe 8th grade year too, but, like, before, like I said, when I found out I was funny, it was over with, right? Like, I remember, it was this one time, it was in 5th grade, right? Yo, whoever went to elementary with me, if they see it, they're gonna be dying. So, I remember it was 5th grade. Now, I'm doing anything to get a laugh, right? But this what kind of made me calm down. So I go, because at this time we had a bathroom inside the classroom, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I go to the bathroom. Now I come out the bathroom, and for some reason I thought it was funny, like, to have my butt out, right? So I'm in the back of the class, washing my hands, right? And me, like, the class is facing the other way towards the board. But me, I already know, like, once you walk outside the bathroom, people just, like, somebody's gonna go look. Somebody just turns around and look. Like, when somebody walks inside the class, you just turn to look to see who it is. Just, that's human nature, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just walk out the class. I know somebody's gonna look at me. He gonna tap somebody else, and then the whole class gonna be looking, right? So then I got my butt. I'm washing my hands slowly or whatever, and then people just dying behind me, and I'm just pretending like I don't know or whatever, right? But I'm just trying to be a class clown. Now, before this, I was already a class clown on steroids, right? I was already, like, going crazy. Then once I did that, my teacher, his name was Mr. Clergeau. He was Haitian. He didn't play, you know, like Mr. Clergeau, like Mr. I don't know if you understand. Yeah, it's like you know, it's like a Haitian dad at school. So, dog, when he seen that, he went crazy. Like, he was so mad, and then they kicked me out of that class forever. They put me in a whole nother class. They's like, oh, I'm a bad influence and everything. But really, I wasn't even a bad kid. Like, I wasn't really fighting or stealing or skipping school. I was just trying to get a laugh.
Right.
I'm be real, but at one point, like 5th grade, I'm not gonna lie, I was doing too much. Like I was on all the time. Like I was doing too much, but they loved it. So it was, you know.
How did you manage to book the Improv? Because I saw you at the Improv.
Yeah, so the Improv, at first I was just doing open mics. Like that's what you got to do, like to really get on in general. Like you just got to do the open mics, and you got to. I remember one person that told me Miami Got Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I seen that y'all interviewed him. Miami Got Jokes. I saw him at the North Miami versus NMB game. I think it was that game, and he was just like. We fans of each other, you know what I'm saying? Like he been watching me and my brothers for years. I've been watching him for years. So it was just like, and this is like, and we always been messing with each other on Instagram and stuff. So it was like really cool, like meeting with each other for the first time. And then I just had to talk to him because I know that he's an OG in this game. Well, not an OG, but he's pretty much my OG in this game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I see Miami Improv, and I was just like, I see Miami Improv. I see Miami Got Jokes, and I was just like, hey, like. Just asking for advice, and then he was just telling me like, bro, just keep doing the open mics, keep doing them, keep going around, and then they gonna notice you. And then sure enough, I got noticed. This is dude at Miami Improv. His name is Justin. He took my number down. He's been great, dog. He's been putting me on. He's just been networking for me, I guess, because you kind of need that person to like network for you, you know. So, and there's another place called Villain Theater, right? Villain Theater is in Little Haiti, and I've been doing open mics there a lot too, and a lot of the bar shows and stuff like that I'll perform at and get booked for. Those shows, a lot of those opportunities come from places like Villain Theater and stuff like that. Miami Improv give you a lot of empty opportunities, right? Like they have people come, I want to put you on a TV show. You were amazing. Yeah. And then 6 months later, you don't get no phone call.
Right.
But I kind of already knew that though, because like I said, before I even started comedy, I already was watching all like the podcasts for the of the OGs in the game, so I already knew everything that's coming.
What to expect, right?
Yeah, I already know I'm gonna get paid $25 and some wings for a show.
Right.
I know that already, you know. So I'm just living through it. I'm just like, okay, I'm just waiting for that shot. Right. I'm just going. So that's really what I just been on, dog. So like that's why at the Improv, you just got to keep doing it. You just got to keep doing like. For a lot of the Improv, you got to do a Miami Improv because the first level is open mics, and then after that you get noticed, and then you get booked for your shows.
What has stand-up comedy taught you?
Ooh, what has it taught me? Really, to take a risk. You know, like if you got to take a risk on yourself. You know, you got to because that's a risk. Like, I mean, really it's not, because after you get off stage, nobody cares, right? Like, it's like, especially open mic nights, probably like 20-something comedians, like more than half bombs or whatever, like, nobody cares, right? But in your head, it's this huge risk, right? Your head is this huge, like, yo, if I do bad, it's gonna be all over. It's gonna,
right.
But it's just like nobody cares, like. But it taught me to take risks, because when I got on stage, because it was like I knew I was funny already, but it was like, I don't know, it just gave me a different, I don't know. It's just only word I could think of is just it gave me a real passion for it. Like, that's the only word I could really think of. And I only found my real passion for this thing because of me taking a risk. You know, I told myself hey, just do it. Just go on stage and do it. I already been thinking about it for a year or two at that point. So when I got on stage, and then I just really, really, really loved it. Then I started doing other places and just kept getting better and better and better and better. You know,
who manages you?
Nobody. I manage myself.
One of the things that Miami Got Jokes we spoke with them about was when you leave the internet space, right? Because you on the internet, you make skits, you make jokes, and you send it out. Boom, a lot of people sharing it. But it's taking that level. It's from taking it from there to taking it to the stage. There, it's a different audience. Yeah. How was that transition for you? Well,
like I said again, I sound like a broken record. Watched so many podcasts with the OGs. So like I said, it's like I already know the path, and I just gotta walk through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand. They say, yo, don't think an Instagram skit is on stage funny. Don't think you get your reaction instantly. So it's not like you gotta post it. You can edit it or make it better. You know, because you know how much. Bro, I'm telling you, there's so many videos that people do where they're like, and they do edits to it to make it better, which is good, because that's still because I don't care what nobody says. Like, being funny in skits, especially seeing my brother, like being able to impersonate people, make funny rap videos, parodies, act, like especially like to make it on a big level. Because yeah, you can make a viral skit, but are you gonna have any staying power? You know what I'm saying? So like that takes a real talent too. But I'll say on stage it's just a different beast, because just the way you gotta structure your jokes is just differently. Like in skits, like you could play with it however much you want, kind of, because of the editing process. You can start over again and again. On stage, you gotta actually keep making adjustments on stage. And let's say if you have somebody in the crowd that wanna say something that kind of interrupts your joke, right? And there's people like that. There's people that just wanna just blurt something out, or just whatever. You gotta be able to use that and play on it. You know what I'm saying? And the first times it happened to you, you gonna draw a blank. You're gonna be like, oh, like because you don't expect that. You just expect I'm gonna go do my 5 minutes. That's it. You got somebody to interrupt. You gotta be comfortable enough to So it is a different beast, But as long as you just focus and you watch the greats, you learn how to structure a joke. You learn why a punchline works. You learn just how they structure it. You can have a story. You have little tags in the story that make people laugh, and you have that one punchline that sends people through the roof. So it's just you just gotta do your homework, bro.
From the moment you started comedy, like as far as from the skits, have you made money from that? From the skits, and also getting books for the improv, or getting booked for comedy shows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for the improv, I haven't got booked for a show on the improv yet, right? I've just done the open mics. Like the book shows I've done is just I can't remember, but one place I can say I did a lot was Sandbox. That's a place. It's a place on Miami Beach. I did there a lot, but of course, like me and all my brothers, of course we made money. Like you're not gonna do it without making money. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to keep going and keep grinding, and whatever you could take from it, you take from it. As far as the comedy space, like I said, honestly, I haven't I made money in the comedy space, but I haven't made enough to move out.
Right.
I haven't done enough to but I'm moving up, man. I'm moving up, and I got people who really believe in me, and as long as I got those people who has done a lot in this comedy game, who really believes in me and say, hey, I see you doing the same thing, then I have no reason to not believe in myself, because I have people telling me, hey, like even my second comedy competition. I mean, my second performance was a comedy competition. I got fourth place out of 30 comedians, people who've been doing this for years. I tell people, hey, at that time I started a week ago. So I tell people hey, I started last week. Wow. They'll be like, last week? I promise, I got that so much. I still get it now. I tell people, hey, I started last year. Last year? You're not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? So it's but I feel like a lot of people don't do their homework too. But yeah, of course I made money from it. You just But you got to be able to, how do I say? Because a lot of your money will also come from promos, doing videos for other people, collabs and stuff like that. So you got to be able to have manage yourself or have a manager, because a lot of the money also comes from the extracurricular things too. So
what's your goal for the next year then?
My goal for the next year is just keep elevating. I do plan on transferring to FIU. So that's like I said, that's one of my minor goals. But my major goals is just keep getting as far as I can in comedy. Like I said, I got a show tonight after my class. Before this, I was doing a skit. So it's this is my life, So it's I just sometimes I kind of don't even know Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, but I just know, hey, I'm in school, I'm doing comedy, people believe in me, I got good grades.
Right.
I should be successful.
Yeah.
I should be successful. You know what I'm saying?
But consistency and discipline. As long as you're consistent with what you're doing, which you appear to be,
yes.
You're disciplined. You put structure. I think as far as over time, and you are, you don't quit.
Yeah.
You just adjust. You pivot. I believe you'll be fine.
Yes, sir. Because the thing about it is, a lot of times they say it take 10 years, to make it in the comedy space, and of course 10 years to really get to a huge level, But I be telling people, I just be like, doctors go to school, right?
Right.
Doctors go to school for 8 years, so it's or 6 years, however long they go. But you get that experience, you get that knowledge, so you could be great at your job, and people trust you at your job, and then they start paying you a lot of money. You know, so it's like that. So, but of course, you get your internships before you actually get your job. So it's like the same type of process. You get booked for shows and everything, but if you wanna, but when you want to get to like a huge level, like that mainstream level, it takes a while because you gotta have people. You gotta. Like, people gotta trust you. You know what I'm saying? People gotta trust you with their money. So yeah, I just gotta keep grinding, and that's my thing. Like, I just hope, like, I mean, really, I don't know what God has in store for me, you know, but like everything He gives me, I just appreciate it. And like I said, like you said, if you keep going and you don't stop, like, there's really no way you should be going. You know, there's really no way you should be going down. If you keep going and you don't stop, it's really only up from there.
They normally say that if something doesn't scare you, then you're not moving in the right direction, right? So what scares you in the comedy world?
What scares me?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, nothing scares me. Like,
What's one of your fears?
In the comedy world, maybe, I mean, one of my fears would just probably have to be, okay, it's a little different. Like, I guess a fear would be like somebody trusting me with a show and I don't deliver.
Right.
But it's like, even though that might be a fear, that's not a lack of confidence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so yeah, like, that would probably be a fear, because I'd hate for anybody to, like, to feel like I didn't deliver. But like I said, that's not a lack of confidence, because there's never a time where I haven't. So.
No, fear doesn't necessarily mean it's lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Oftentimes there's people that would burn all stakes behind them and go forward with what they want.
Right. And
that puts a lot of fear in them because they don't know what the outcome would be.
Right.
Right.
That is true. And that's why I'm still in school. I ain't burn no sticks, but you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm still in school, dog. Like, you just, like I said, I'm gonna be successful.
That's the word.
You know.
So how far you made it up as far as what's the most recent math you took so far?
Oh, well, right now I'm taking calculus 2.
I hated that class.
Yo, I hate it now.
I hate it. I think that's one of the toughest calculus. You take 2 and then you go to 3. 3 is pretty much easier than 2.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, there's no way it can get harder than this. When you take a calculus 2, you think it can't get harder than this. Like, in terms of calculus, it's a lot. Like, I could say a whole bunch of things in calculus right now. Everybody would be perplexed.
Of course,
they would be so confused. Like, it's a really tough class. That I can say it is getting a little tougher balancing. I'm not gonna lie, cause having to study calculus too, and I'm not gonna lie, it might get really tough once I like transfer to FIU. So
yeah, because have you taken statics?
Statics, no.
So you'll come from, because I have an engineering background, so I was in school for engineering, right? Wow. So you take Cal 1, you take Cal 2, you take physics 1, physics 2, right? And then most people, of course, they'll transfer, right? When you transfer, you'll take your Cal 3, and then you'll take statics. So statics is, especially if you go to like the civil engineering route, so you take statics and then you'll take dynamic. But statics is more like a mixture of, we're talking about physics and calculus. It's a fun world. It's a very funny world. It's one of those places, because what's weird about those courses, you can't cheat them.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. You
can't cheat them, because you get away with this one, and then the next one is like, oh snap, I should have learned that.
Yes, bro, I'm telling you. Bro, you know a class is hard when it's too hard to cheat. Yeah. Like, bro, I remember I used to cheat on my homework. I would take a picture of the assignment. AI answer.
No.
AI get the wrong answer. I put the answer in, it says it's wrong. I'm like, what? So it's actually crazy, but it's actually crazy, and that's why I'm saying it is kind of not, now it's getting more of a thing where I gotta really balance it both, but it's still possible, but it's definitely getting to that point. I'm not gonna lie.
You ever thought about, like, setting up at your college? Like, let's say right now you're at Dade and eventually you want to go to FIU. You ever thought about maybe doing shows there at FIU? Maybe build a name and build a brand and do that?
That's what I wanted to do, like, in the beginning, right? But well, you just really brought the idea back out to me now. But like, at first I was thinking about doing that, right? But at that time, like, cause like I said, the open mic, you go perform, you leave, nobody cares. Miami Dade, you go perform, you come back, you see the same people.
So if you bomb it,
if you bomb, and I become a school. That's the time, dog. But
if you make it,
if you make it, that's the thing. But at the time, Like at the time, because it was funny because a staff member, I forgot what she did, but a staff member named Miss Coffee, that's her name, Miss Coffee, and she talked to me and she was just like, hey, like if you're a comedian, like you should start a show here. And I was just like, oh, like cool, right?
Right.
But then at that time, I was still very new in it, and like even now, like at that time, I wouldn't have done a show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At that time, now I would assemble a show because I have that confidence now, and I know I could deliver. But like at that time, but you know that's something I would do. But I actually never thought about doing it myself though. I always thought about getting on somebody's show for like a college or university.
You know, not a bad idea. Like you from North Miami, you'll start at your home school because I'm pretty sure a lot of the young kids, 16, 17. 18 as there would love to see you at the school, do something there, then gradually grow up and then you build a bigger fan base and you test your jokes out like that.
Right. No, yeah, that's definitely something like, cause like performing at my school is kind of like it's like a little full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like cause like I definitely like I get opinions on my set like I try to see if my set is good for everybody, right? And which is why I'm like, okay, like, oh, this alumni show should be great because I know my set is good for everybody, and I know alumni shows will probably be a good mix of ages. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, like this is gonna be perfect. Like I know everybody's gonna have a good time, and I know I'll be able to do a good job by keeping the energy alive and getting the crowd in that mode for the first comedians coming back on hosting, and then just keeping that energy up for the entire show. So
good.
Like that's something I'm looking forward to that. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm looking forward to that.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to that myself.
Of course. It's gonna be a great weekend.
Yes, sir.
Any advice would you give to someone that's trying to go into that space? Someone who's younger than you, or someone who's might be a little bit older than you? Any advice would you like to give them?
Younger than me, yeah. Let me first start with the younger than me. Like, actually, no. Let me first start with people that's older than me. I'm gonna save the best for last. The people that's older than me, you keep going, right? Like you gotta look at the stories of like Steve Harvey. You gotta look at the stories of these great Cedric the Entertainer. Look at these stories. Look at these people's stories and see when they started. Now, I'm not saying do this, but sometimes you gotta look at extreme examples to see. Now, some people like Steve Harvey, like he had like a great job, like at 28, quit it to start comedy. Don't do that, right? Don't do that, right? But that shows you that, like, okay, if you know you got the talent, you believe in yourself enough, then it's worth the risk. So
Burning all stakes.
Huh?
Burning all stakes.
Burning off, yeah. So, you gotta take advantage on yourself. I said take a chance on yourself. So for the people that's younger than me, I would say, dawg, there's gonna be so many people that don't believe in you, bro. And it's gonna be like, and you gotta really just say you don't care. Like, you gotta really just not care. And what helped me was me starting so young to the point where it was just like a joke. So it wasn't like people didn't take it serious at all, and not even me. It was just something I just found cool. But I'm telling you, there's gonna be so much people that's gonna, cause like I said, I'm only 20, so if you're younger than me, there's gonna be so many people, especially if you're in high school, middle school, that's gonna tell you don't believe in it. Don't believe in you. Don't believe in you. People telling you go to college, which you should go to college if that's what you want to do. If you don't have a backup plan or whatever, but you just gotta believe in yourself above all else. Like all the memories running through my mind now, people not believing you. But like I said, you're gonna have a couple people that's in your corner. And you gotta stay with those people. You gotta trust those people that's in your corner too. Because not everybody's gonna be against you, but those people that's in your corner, you gotta keep them in your corner. And another thing is, the congratulation is gonna always be bigger than the support. Always. The congratulations is gonna always be bigger than the support.
Wow. I'm
telling you that now. It's actually crazy how much people oh, congratulations on this and that. Whole time they don't support, and it's human nature. Like you might not be actively, you might not I don't know, like let's say if somebody has plays, you might not be going to their plays, and then they finally in a movie. You might say congratulations because you're in a movie. But so it's human nature. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, like I'm gonna tell you, your biggest supporters are gonna be people that you don't even know. Your biggest supporters are not gonna be the people that you think is gonna be supporting you. I'm telling you that it's crazy. Like when I tell you it's crazy, like bro, some of our biggest supporters is not even from Miami. You know, like a lot of them, bro, go to Philly, get hella love in Philly, Orlando. You know, I remember I was in Orlando. This one dude, he was like, "Oh my God, bro, I saw you grow up." It was crazy, and I was just like, "Dang, you saw me grow up." You know, like even the other day, or like the other month, like last month, we was on like an influencers versus rappers basketball game, and then this dude, like he saw us, and he was just super. He was like, "Yo, I mess with y'all videos and everything." He was just like, bro, and because our first videos, like we used to like put like powder on our face, act like white people or whatever, right? So then we used to do that. That page got, we had like 4 pages taken down, like crazy, like it was crazy, like so then. But I remember, but that was 26. That's a decade ago, right? So he said that he remembered us from that. Remember, you got powder on your face. You look different from a decade ago. You know what I'm saying? But he's still. So it's crazy. And then I remember one time we was at the strip club shooting like a music video, like for like the one that's by Miami-Dade or whatever, right? And then we was over there, and then one of the girls knew us from way back then, you know. So you know, like the support is crazy, you know. But like I said, it's not gonna be people that you know. It's not gonna be people that's like that you've known for years. It's not, bro. And you just gonna have to accept that.
Thank you for the word of encouragement, man.
Mr. Ross, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for putting me on, dog. Oh my God, I was excited, man. Seeing this, man, I was really excited. I really appreciate the opportunity, man.
Always. You know, once a pioneer, always a pioneer.
Always, yeah, always.
And at this time, we want to thank all of our continuous sponsors: AZ Formalwear, Gourmet Gathering by Chef Princess E, Chick-fil-A Miami Shores, and Comprehensive Health Center. And most importantly, we want to thank you, our viewers and listeners who tune in every week. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until the next episode, guys.